A close, personal friend of mine. Please make some noise for Mr. Brian Weisman. How you guys doing tonight? 2 more days till Friday. So I actually called off work today, and you know, when you call into work, I actually have this voicemail system. I talk to my boss, you know, because he's like, I don't want to hear you, know, and I don't want to get on the call. So on this voicemail, I tried to make it realistic, but he knows I'm bullshitting now. I've called off so much. So I do my best to make it seem realistic. So I go shit and get on the toilet right after I ate Chipotle, which is very painful. Because the burritos are the size of a small baby. And when you've got a burrito the size of a small baby coming out of your ass, it sounds like you're sick. So it kind of went like this. I, got on there and was like, unfortunately, Brad, I'm not going to be making it to work today. So he just don't even ask any questions, you know, like usual, like, oh, you were really sick, what was wrong with you? You don't even want to know. You know, I was laying in my bed the other night about 1 o'clock in the morning, engaging my life. Let me tell you the point when shit hits the fan. Your buddy gets out of prison for 18 months. You got a good job. And he's like, you know what, I'll fuck anything. Give me a girl. I was like, okay, that's not a problem. I got a couple whores, you know. So I bring this whore to the bar. He look at her, he's like, I will fuck anybody but her. So it's like, you know, I've already invited her out here and stuff. Don't want to leave her on empty-handed. Not so much. So, buddy in prison 18 months, won't do her and she won't do me. That's when shit hits the fan. So I tried internet dating, which is fun. I was like, you know, it can't be that bad. Go on these websites, they got a picture, you know, you can gauge the women you're going out with. I know because I'm such a prize and everything. So I thought I was going on a date with Jessica Alba. I walk into the bar, you know, just kind of walk through there, looking around, like, oh shit, I might get stood up on an internet date, you know. Could scroll the place a couple times. And there's a girl in the front, just sitting there, it looks like David the Gnome with one of those scary movie arms. And she's like, hello! Are you Brian? I'm like, holy shit! So I was like, okay, I'm gonna not be mean, so I go and I have dinner with her. And what made the night so much better was watching her saw away at that steak. With that little arm, just, she was giving it hell. I was like, the whole night, I'm like, Jesus, you know. So then I started dating a girl, and she was married. Didn't know she was married until one night I'm laying in her bed naked, you know, after doing the deed. And I get woken up by something going over the wooden floor, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And she was like, don't worry about it. And I opened my eyes, and she's putting a dresser up against the door. I'm like, holy shit, what are you doing, you know? This is freaky. I've heard some crazy stuff, but dresser against the door wasn't one of them. And heard her husband screaming. So, needless to say, I jumped out of a 2-bedroom house ass naked and drove home in midwinter. The shrinkage. Worst that I've ever had in my life. So here recently, you know, I was single for a while, quite a while, because I'm such a prize. So I did get a girlfriend through the Wendy's drive-thru. I was driving through, you know, and I was like, yeah, it was a joke. I was like, I'm gonna have a Frosty and a hand job. She just happened to be at the second window. But sometimes, you know, when you do get a girlfriend and, you know, you're not married or anything, you almost revert back to your old single habits, like walking around the green here, in those short little skirts and those asses hanging out, and you look at it. And the hardest thing in the world, declining blowjobs, because you got a girlfriend. And also, after sex, looking over her and asking, how much do I owe you? So, you know, I do appreciate you guys coming out here tonight and supporting us on a Tuesday, you know, paying so much to see us and whatnot. Talking about the tickets, talking about the gas money. Well, with gas being so high and this comedy stuff not paying shit, on the way here I was at Speedway, right? There's this guy driving by, and, okay, I was the one holding the sign. So as you all know, $10 on a gas card, and I've got references. You know, being an entrepreneur, I'm always trying to think of ways to come up with my own business. And thinking about capitalizing, I always see, you know, sell your plasma on sperm on the radio. And I was like, well, if you get those little vans next to the gas pumps, people's broke. Well, it's one thing they have. We all have blood, and most of us have sperm. So I was thinking about capitalizing on that, and so I was thinking about a bunch of old guys up next to the pump selling sperm. Probably would be a pretty sight. So I lived in Knoxville, Tennessee for quite a while. After high school, I left this shithole for some reason. I'm back in the shithole. I got back here and I found out that a guy that I used to fight in high school, you know, you always have that one person that you hate. And you always thought about, okay, maybe I thought about, if I did a little thing, it would start in the class that you had with him, right? Bullshitting, probably. Anyway, hated the kid. So anyway, I come back to Ohio and find out he's a cop. I'm getting speeding tickets riding a bus. He's like, bullshit, you weren't driving. And I actually found out on the news the other day that he was getting fired because he shot somebody in the face. So he couldn't find his taser gun. Makes me thank God that I got tased. Because he was just like, oh, I couldn't find a taser gun, so I just pulled out the gun, shot in the face. I was like, what kind of, I could have lost his taser. Just made me thank God that I got tased. That's my time, guys. I appreciate it. You're very